Hello, this is Coach Sano Titan. Today I'm going to be doing my fourth all-play review in this series, and today I am going to be reviewing QE. Let's get into it. Before we get into the overview, I'm going to read the objective of the game. So in QE, players represent nations who are bidding to bail out companies that are too big to fail during the 2008 economic crisis. At the end of the game, players score points based on the companies they have collected, and the player with the most points wins. However, the player who spent the most money during the game is eliminated from competition. They've inflated their currency and trashed their economy. Man, that is harsh. Alright, back to Dad for the overview.
To set up QE, you start by passing out player boards like this, representing a country. There are 5 different countries that you can choose from. Then you secretly pass out an industry tile, which you'll use for scoring at the end of the game. And then you'll pass out a blank check representing your country. And of course, there's a blank check for each country. And everyone, of course, will get a dry erase board because these are nice dry erase boards. And then you will choose the first player to be the auctioneer. Now, in the game, you are going to be trying to bail out different industries. So each round, you're going to place one of these out. And as the auctioneer, if you have the QE symbol here, you would put an opening bid. You can put anything. You could put $1, $0, $3 quadrillion, $1,252. So let's say as my starting bid, I put $45. So that is the starting bid. And then each other player is going to secretly put their bids in and hand them to the auctioneer. So we got 25 cents, we got 350 billion, we have $0, and we have $1,245.25. And the auctioneer will look at the different bids and they will figure out who won. So obviously Europe won, and so then they would secretly write on the back of this 350 billion. And I'll just put Bill for that. And then you would hand this to the person who had Europe. And then you would pass back all the different blank or checks. And then this QE would pass to the next person, and they would be the auctioneer. Now, why do you want to win these industry tiles? Well, you actually score points for them. So for every industry tile you get, they're worth a set amount of points. So this one's worth 3, so you would put that in your company victory points. Anytime you bid 0 once per round around the table, you can score 2 points. And then since I'm America, I could score points for getting bailing out countries from America. And then for each industry, you get for every 2 in a 5-player game, you would get 6 points, and then for 3 you get 10 points, and then for 16 you would get, or for 4 you get 16 points, and that's for each different type of industry. We got financial, agriculture, housing, manufacturing, and government. And then for me, because I got this secretly at the beginning of the game, I automatically would have one of these at the start of the game that I would be able to cross off at the end of the game. And then there's diversification, which means if you get a set of 3 of these different industries, you could get 8 points. If you got 12 different or 4 different ones, you would get 12 points, and if you got 5 different ones, you get 17 points. And you could get, if you got a bunch, you could get a whole bunch of points there. And then whoever spent the least amount of money at the end of the game gets 7 points, and you will go until you run out of these different industries, and then you will calculate all the points that you had. But then at the very end of the game, you will look at the back of all your industry tiles you got, calculate how much money you spent, and whoever spent the most money automatically loses the game. No matter, they could have the most points, but if they spent the most money, they automatically lose. So you do not want to spend the most money. You want to be somewhat conservative, but obviously you still want to be able to win these tiles. So it's kind of balancing that out. And then whoever didn't spend the most and has the most points wins the game. And that is how you play QE.
What I like about QE is, number one, it's super easy, and you would not think a game about an economic crisis would be easy, but it is. Another thing I like is how the bidding infinitely is super fun, even though it's the weirdest concept ever. And other games, they didn't add it because they were too scared to do it because they didn't know how it would fit in their game, but QE executed it perfectly. Another thing I like is how, I don't know why, but it feels like you feel super powerful when you're doing some things in the game. Like when you're writing your amount on the check, you feel like a president, or you're just like giving people companies as the person controlling the auction. You just feel super powerful. Another thing I like is how this game can be funny. Like, you can, instead of doing a zero bid, you can get a little bit creative with it. You can be like a bag of peanuts from the circus, just to kind of get a little laugh out of your the person who's controlling the auction. And even though this thing I said that wasn't funny, I promise it's funny in game. Another thing I like is, instead of using paper for this game, you're using dry erase markers, which is a lot less wasteful, which obviously I like government, or not government. I know this game is about government, but I like the environment. That's the word. And that is what I like about QE. If you love this all-play review and you want to see more, please smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, smash the notification bell so you can get a notification when the next all-play review comes out, or anything else like video game, board game, whatever. Another thing, check out my Linktree, which has links to my Facebook and Instagram, which is where you can get behind the scenes stuff and see more Vinny, more stuff. And yes, another thing you can see is my merch store, one of the best ways to support me, and please go cop some merch. It's some sweet merch. I don't have the hoodie on right now, but this will do. Just kidding. Another thing is the Dice Tower videos. You can see all the Dice Tower videos I have been in if you want to see me on another channel. And yes, have a great day. Bye.